The 8 best foods for seniors with no carbs and no sugar. What if the foods you've been avoiding were actually the ones your body needs most after 60? We're talking about real whole foods without sugars or carbohydrates that support your heart, muscles, brain, and even naturally balance blood sugar. Follow me, because the third item on this list has quietly helped seniors avoid blood pressure medications, and almost no one talks about it. After 60, something changes. The foods that once gave you energy now leave you tired. You might notice rising blood sugar, a heavy feeling in your legs, or a mind that's not as sharp as before. Yet many seniors continue eating foods that silently increase inflammation and sugar levels without even realizing it. That's why more and more people between 60 and 70 and beyond are turning to low-carb, sugar-free foods, not for dieting, but for survival, to stay mobile, to think clearly, to avoid ending up in the hospital. In this video, we'll discover 8 powerful foods that contain virtually no carbohydrates or sugars, but are rich in nutrients your body actually needs as you age, and we won't just list them. I'll explain how each one helps protect your energy, circulation, and independence as you get older. Let's start with a leafy green vegetable that does much more than fill your plate. It helps protect muscles and memory. First, leafy green vegetables, spinach, kale. Let's start with one of the simplest yet most effective changes you can make to your diet. Leafy green vegetables, spinach, kale, Swiss chard. These aren't just a side for your salad, they're among the few foods in the world that offer enormous health benefits, with virtually zero carbohydrates and zero sugars. A cup of raw spinach contains only 1 gram of carbohydrates, mostly fiber, and almost no sugar, yet they're rich in vitamin A for immune system support, vitamin C for cell repair, and vitamin K for bone strength. These nutrients help your body recover, protect arteries, and even slow aging at the cellular level. Margaret, 68, didn't believe it. Not at first. She felt bloated, sluggish, and blamed it on aging. But after her doctor advised eliminating refined carbs and adding leafy greens, she replaced her usual ham sandwich with a spinach salad with olive oil and hard-boiled egg. Within 2 weeks, she felt lighter, her mind clearer, and even joint pain had eased. She told us, "I didn't change much, just what I put on my plate." That's the point. It's not about restrictions, it's about food swaps. Start lunch or dinner with a cup of raw spinach or lightly sauté kale with olive oil for 5 minutes. This small change can help keep blood sugar and energy stable all day. Now, leafy greens are powerful, but what if I told you there's a crunchy vegetable that actually helps your body detox excess sugars before they become a problem? Let's look at it now. Yes, it's 2 non-starchy vegetables, broccoli and cauliflower. Then, 2 simple vegetables that can silently transform how your body feels after every meal. Broccoli and cauliflower aren't flashy at all. They don't have labels calling them superfoods, but it's their action inside your body that creates magic. Both are starch-free, meaning they're naturally low-carb and sugar-free. But here's the thing. They're rich in fiber, the kind that slows digestion and helps prevent blood sugar spikes. That's why they're so important for people over 60. As you age, insulin sensitivity decreases. Blood sugar becomes harder to manage, but these vegetables slow it down. They help your body release sugars more gently and keep you full without raising glucose levels. Harold, 72, feared waking up in the morning, stiff joints, and lack of energy. He thought it was just aging, but then his wife started roasting broccoli and cauliflower with olive oil and sea salt 3 nights a week. Within a month, he noticed something strange. He could get out of bed faster. His knees didn't hurt as much. Even his blood pressure had dropped a few points during his checkup. And the best part? It didn't feel like being on a diet, just eating real food. If you haven't already, start with just 1 cup of roasted or steamed broccoli or cauliflower daily. Add garlic, olive oil, or lemon. Keep it simple, but make it consistent. A quick question for you. Have you already added any of these to your meals? Share it in the comments. Your routine might help someone else watching. Now, vegetables are a good idea, but what if you could enjoy a rich, satisfying food with no carbs that actually protects your brain and heart? We'll talk about that next. 3. Fatty fish, salmon, mackerel. Let's move from garden to sea, because when it comes to protecting your brain, heart, and independence, fatty fish might be your body's best ally. Salmon, mackerel, sardines. They all have something in common: zero carbohydrates and plenty of omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3s are anti-inflammatory. That means they help calm the low-level inflammation that builds up in your body over time, the kind that damages blood vessels, stiffens joints, and even accelerates memory loss. It's not just theory. A major Harvard study found that seniors with higher omega-3 intake had sharper thinking ability, better heart function, and even lower risk of cognitive decline. I've seen it in real life too. Helen, 73, told me she started eating salmon twice a week after feeling increasingly forgetful. Nothing fancy, just a baked fillet with lemon and dill. Within 2 months, she noticed the difference. Fewer senior moments, more clarity, and maybe it's a coincidence, but her mood is much more stable. It's not magic, it's nutrition working with your body, not against it. So if you haven't already, make fatty fish a regular guest on your plate. Even canned wild salmon can work wonders. Just add a drizzle of olive oil and a splash of lemon. Now, dinner is covered, but let's not forget breakfast. There's one food that's been unfairly criticized for decades, but for seniors on a low-carb diet, it's almost perfect. And it might be right there, in your fridge, right now. Let's talk about it. 4 eggs? Now, let's move to something you probably already have in your kitchen. Eggs. They've been misunderstood for years, feared for cholesterol, avoided for cereal. But here's the truth. For seniors trying to control blood sugar and stay sharp, eggs might be one of the best foods you can eat. A large egg contains less than 1 gram of carbs. No sugar, but it's packed with high-quality protein, plus nutrients like choline and lutein, both essential for memory, brain health, and vision. You might not realize it, but choline supports the same cells your brain uses to think and remember. And lutein? It protects your eyes, especially from age-related vision loss, like macular degeneration. Let me tell you about Claire. She's 63, used to skip breakfast or grab toast on the run. By 10 a.m., her energy would crash. Foggy thoughts, shaky hands. She thought it was just low blood sugar. Her doctor suggested something simple: 2 hard-boiled eggs and half an avocado in the morning. No sugar, no crash. Now, mid-morning, she feels clearer, more balanced, more stable. And the best part? They cost less than a muffin at the coffee shop. Scrambled, poached, hard-boiled. However you prepare them, eggs are cheap, digestible, and incredibly nutritious for seniors, especially when paired with healthy fats or leafy greens. Quick question. How do you like your eggs? Or have you been avoiding them so far? Let us know in the comments. Your tip might help someone else. Now, eggs are great for meals, but what about snacks? Up next, a small handful of this food can fight inflammation and boost energy without spiking blood sugar. Let's take a look. 5. Nuts and seeds. Almonds, chia seeds. Let's talk about snacking, because for many people over 60, that's exactly when blood sugar crashes happen. You have a good breakfast, But by 3 p.m., you're confused, tired, maybe even shaky. And what do most people choose? Cookies, crackers, maybe a granola bar. But here's the truth. These quick fixes are often full of hidden sugars and refined carbs. They spike your blood sugar, then make it crash again. That's why nuts and seeds can really make a difference. Almonds, walnuts, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds. They're all low in carbs and sugars, but rich in protein, healthy fats, and magnesium. That means they provide stable energy without crashes. Let me tell you about Tony. He's 70, retired, and used to eat 2 oatmeal cookies every afternoon. He thought he needed sugar to keep going, but his energy would crash at dinner. When he switched to a handful of almonds and a cup of chia pudding, no crash, no cravings, and fewer leg cramps at night, thanks to the magnesium intake. Nuts and seeds also support bone density, nerve function, and help reduce silent inflammation, one of the main causes of fatigue in seniors. Tip: keep a bag of unsalted almonds in your car or purse, or soak chia seeds in almond milk overnight for a simple dessert that helps control blood sugar. Have you tried this swap already? Leave a comment below. Tell us which snack gives you steady energy. Now let's talk about something creamier. It's high in fat, sure, but it's one of the smartest foods for seniors trying to manage blood sugar naturally, and it might surprise you. 6. Avocado. Let's talk about a food that's been misunderstood for years. Avocado. Many seniors still avoid it, thinking fats are bad. But that idea? It's outdated and could be preventing you from improving your health. Avocado is rich in monounsaturated fats, the kind that protect your heart, improve insulin sensitivity, and help regulate blood sugar. And here's what surprises most people. Avocados contain virtually no sugar, and their net carbs are incredibly low thanks to all the fiber. That means they digest slowly, keep you full longer, and don't cause blood sugar spikes. Joanne, 66, avoided avocados most of her life. She thought they were too fattening, but her nutritionist explained the science and encouraged her to add just half an avocado to her lunch salad. Within a few weeks, she noticed the difference. She felt full longer, snacking decreased, and at her next checkup, her LDL cholesterol was lower and her HDL, the good kind, had increased. No medications, no drastic diets, just the right kind of fats. You can slice avocado on eggs, salads, or grilled vegetables, or mash it with lime, garlic, and a pinch of salt. A spread that's good for your brain, heart, and blood sugar. Have you avoided healthy fats out of habit? Let us know below. Your experience might help someone else. Now, speaking of heart-healthy fats, our next food isn't something you chew, but 1 tablespoon a day can protect your arteries and work silently behind the scenes. Let's take a closer look. 7. Olive oil. Now let's talk about something so simple. It's often overlooked. Olive oil. Not a food you chew, but a food that heals. It's sugar-free, carb-free, and rich in compounds that help fight inflammation, protect your heart, and even support memory as you age. The magic is in its healthy, monounsaturated fats and antioxidants like oleocanthal, which act like natural ibuprofen, and science backs it up. Studies published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology show that regular olive oil intake is linked to lower stroke risk and cognitive decline, especially in seniors. In Mediterranean countries, it's part of daily life. You'll find seniors in their 80s and 90s going to market, gardening, laughing with family, and they often credit olive oil as one of the keys to their longevity. It's not a processed product, but it's powerful. Let me give you an example. Eleanor, 71, started using olive oil instead of margarine or butter. She drizzled it on steamed broccoli, added it to salads, and even put a teaspoon in her morning eggs. Within a few weeks, she said she felt lighter and less bloated. Her doctor noticed her blood pressure had dropped a few points. Small changes, real results. Have you tried olive oil already? Tell us how you use it. You might inspire someone watching. Now, we've talked about vegetables, fish, eggs, and even oils. But our last food? It's controversial. Some think it's bad for you. But for seniors, it might actually be one of the smartest things to add to your plate. Let's bust the myth. 8. Cheese. And finally, let's talk about something that's been debated for years. Cheese. Some call it unhealthy, too fatty, too salty. But the truth? For seniors, especially those cutting back on sugars and carbs, cheese might be one of the smartest foods to keep in your fridge. Why? Because most cheeses contain virtually no sugar. They're low in carbs, high in protein, and rich in calcium, essential for keeping bones strong and preventing fractures as you age. And the fats? They actually help you feel full, so you're less likely to reach for processed snacks. Let me tell you about Helen. She's 74, used to snack on crackers, cookies, and whatever was easy. But her weight started creeping up. Her blood sugar was getting harder to manage. Then she made one small change. She replaced her afternoon snacks with a few slices of cheddar and cucumber, just like that. Within a few weeks, her cravings decreased. She didn't feel deprived, and her doctor noticed she wasn't gaining weight anymore. No pills, no guilt, just smarter snacking. Want to try it? Start with hard cheeses like Parmesan, aged cheddar, or aged Gouda. Stick to 1 to 2 ounces, pair them with sliced vegetables or olives. And if you're lactose sensitive, aged cheeses are usually easier to digest. Have you tried this snack swap already? Leave a comment. Someone else might learn from your experience. Now, we've talked about 8 incredible foods, but here's the thing. One common mistake could still sabotage all your progress. Even if you eat well, what's the problem? That's what we'll discover in our next video. Don't miss it. These 8 foods may be low in carbs and sugars, but they're rich in nutrients your body needs to stay strong, energetic, and independent. If you want to avoid blood sugar spikes, reduce inflammation, or just feel better day after day, start with these small, concrete changes. Even just swapping one carb-heavy food for a better option can make a difference. And remember, always consult your doctor before making big changes, especially if you're managing a condition like diabetes. If this video helped you, hit the like button and subscribe for more senior nutrition tips. And don't miss our next video, because one common food mistake could be silently sabotaging all your efforts to stay healthy. Stay well, and see you next time. I would love to hear what you think in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss any content, and thanks for watching this video.